Okay, so I've done a video going over Ricky and Cleo's styles, so it's only natural that I go over Emma's. Initially going into this, I thought that she had the worst style out of all the girls, and I just felt like it was the least me. But after doing some research and like going through the episodes, I think she actually might be one of my favorites. She actually has a lot of my all-time favorite looks from the whole show, so I was not expecting that. Cleo's palette is the widest, as I've said. Hers is more like Ricky's. It's a lot more concise. There's a lot of blues, which I love, even though my room is pink and so is my bathroom. I think my favorite color might actually be blue, so I definitely love that. She also sports white and the occasional pastels, especially yellow. Her style is very neat and clean cut, very like OG preppy and sporty. So she was initially training to be a professional swimmer, and then she had to put that on pause once she became a mermaid. And I think that's why I like her style a lot more than I initially thought I did, because of that sporty element. I admittedly do wear a lot of like athleisure and casual looks, so I do like her more sporty style. I think what really was throwing me off was just those like more preppy looks, like her khakis, button-ups, polos, and like just like tennis match looks. It's just that aspect of it is not my style. But as a whole, I love her color palette and she has some really cute looks. Like my other videos, we're gonna be going over her hypothetical closet. Some of these are gonna be direct inspirations from the show, versus others are just certain pieces that I think would be living in her closet. As always, the most authentic way to recreate this 2000 style is to thrift vintage pieces. So I definitely recommend checking the thrift store. And a little plug, I do thrift bundles, so if you want to check out my past work, I have a TikTok playlist for that. But 2000s has been trending for the past 5+ years, so there also is a lot of modern brands that are providing similar pieces from the 2000s, as well as it all depends on how you style it. Because for example, a staple for both Ricky and Emma is the little button downs, but as we know, their style is like complete polar opposite. I think Emma's style has her own individual flair, but I also see almost like a Venn diagram if I saw it as like Ricky, Cleo, and then Emma in the center. I feel like they have some similarities there. She still has these like very girly and flowy looks, just like Cleo with the dresses and skirts, and just like embellished tops, whether there's some beadwork, sequins, or embroidery. And then she also has a lot of more like boyish sporty looks, if you think of like the Bermuda shorts or just like her board shorts in general. And this is also like a good alternative for swimwear if you don't want to be wearing a bikini. You could have a little bit more coverage. But anyways, let's go over the button downs. She for sure has a blue one in the show. This one is from Princess Polly and it is 100% cotton, so it does not stretch. I definitely recommend sizing up in this if you plan on getting it. What I do like about this one is it has a tie back, so if you do wear it just as a regular top, not as a layering piece, it does give you that snatched look. I do have the same one in white. So again, this is also from Princess Polly, and I featured this one in my Ricky Chadwick video. This next one is thrifted, and this one is by The Limited. I like this one because it has the little stripes. I feel like Emma definitely wears a lot of stripes throughout the show, and then I like it too because it has this little ruching in the back as well as the front, so again it gives you a little bit more shape. Now I don't personally have this on hand, but she does also have a button down with like little flowers, so anything that has like little accents that is like in a white or blue color palette I would be on the lookout for. On the subject of collared shirts, she does wear polos, so I thought this blue one was perfect for her. This one is from the brand Lee. Also, funnily enough, like I don't think anyone necessarily associates her with polos, but Cleo also does wear a couple polo looks in the show, and I definitely prefer how she styles it with like a denim skirt versus again Emma is like a very preppy look with the khakis. So the polos are very sporty. It's giving like tennis, so I did include this tennis dress. I don't believe she wears a dress like this in the show, but she does have some like tennis shirts. She has this like striped 3/4 one, and I just thought the blue and navy stripes would definitely be in her closet. And just like a little tennis dress, like I feel like is very Y2K, makes me think of of the Sharpay Evans one. It's like the juicy one, and I think for High School Musical specifically, they got it custom with like the bedazzling, which is like such a nice touch. But this one specifically I thrifted, and it is from the brand Nautica. I feel like Cleo is heavily associated with the baby doll tops, but Emma actually does wear quite a few. This first one is a navy one from Hollister, and it has these little white polka dots, and I can definitely picture her wearing something like this. I really like this one. It has a little satin ribbon. Because of the ribbon though, it doesn't stretch a lot, so I definitely would recommend sizing up in this one. As I mentioned, she does wear the occasional pastel yellow. I did pull this little butter yellow top from Brandy. I featured this one in my Cleo lookbook as well. I really like the lace detailing. The next baby doll is this little white one. I really like that it has this deep V plunge, because then you can definitely layer camis underneath this and they'll have a little peekaboo moment, which is like such a thing in the H2O show. This one is from Addicted. It is cotton and I love it so much. Just like I mentioned in my Cleo closet video, I really do wish these like modern 2000s collections, these brands are releasing, would incorporate a lot more print. I really love all like the floral ones that Emma wears, and I would love to thrift one. Haven't found one yet. The closest I've gotten to finding like a floral baby doll top is this one. I got this one off of TikTok shop, and I honestly don't recommend it if it's really wonky. I had to like alter it a lot, but I still think it's pretty cute, and I like the little halter detail. Not a baby doll top, but again, speaking of just like having more fun prints, I got this tankini a few years ago from Frankie's. It has this really cool print. It's called Surfer Dude. Something like this would be so cute for like a top. This next one is also technically a baby doll, but it is a lot more form-fitting. I also featured this one in my Cleo video in a purple colorway, and possibly in my Ricky one. It has this little tie back, so it's a lot more form-fitting, and it is 100% cotton. I got it off of TikTok shop. So as I said, all the girls love to layer little camis underneath, so I think any top that is v-neck is perfect, because then you have that little lace trim. They are both from Addicted, and they are cotton. This one is in this really lovely aqua teal color, and then since she loves stripes, I also pulled this one. It's navy and white stripes, and I feel like this color combo and the stripes just gives me a very nautical vibe. It's giving like sailor. As I mentioned, Emma also does wear these more embellished tops, just like Cleo, so I did include these two that are also in Cleo's lookbook. She does have this white embroidered cami look, so I just thought this one was perfect. I love this top. I love the asymmetrical hemline, and this just reminds me a bit of the asymmetry from this dress, and that dress also has sequins. That is like one of my favorite looks from the entire show. I have been trying to find that dress every time I go to the thrift store, but I haven't had any luck yet. And it's also like this like paisley print, which I personally love, and she's also wearing a little bolero shrug with sequins. I feel like this look definitely screams Cleo as well. But anyways, this top is from Anthropology. It is thrifted, and then she does have this teal tank look with like a little bit of gems, so I did pull this one from my closet. It's not an exact match, but I just thought it gave that similar vibe. It is a thrift flip. This one used to be a dress. It is from the brand Mango. A must-have would be a bunch of little tanks and camis. I'm wearing one right now. She obviously has a white one, and she layers with little button-ups, but also just with little camis over them, just like the other girls, and some long sleeves, which I will touch on. I got this one from Hollister. It's their reversible cami collection, and I just love this little hibiscus print. I just feel like it is very H2O, and then the other side is just a solid blue. She wears all shades of blue, so I think a nice one like this like little turquoise one. This one is cotton, and I got it off of Amazon. I also would include a navy one. This one's also from Hollister, and it is that same reversible one, so it does have gray on the inside, which she does wear gray throughout the show, and I like that it has that contrast. I think it gives it a more sporty and elevated look. She does have a few looks like white and yellow stripes, so I just thought that this one would be perfect. It is again from the Hollister reversible cami line. The inside is just a plain solid yellow, and it wouldn't be an H2O video without without mentioning a lace trim cami. So I pulled this teal one from Hollister. I love the little lace wrap detailing at the top, and it is perfect to layer underneath. This next tank top is also in a butter yellow. The reason I pulled it is because it reminded me of this look from the show. Hers is a blue tank with a little yellow duck, and this one has a little embroidered duck as well. So I just thought this would be something she would wear. I like the little scalloped edge, and I actually usually wear this as like a PJ top. Got it from Brandy. She does also wear the occasional like Henley tank, and she specifically has this green look. And since she wears a lot of stripes, I pulled this one from Hollister. I love this shade of green. I think this is such a cute top. Okay, so this next piece is technically a dress, but I'm including it in my top section because I wanted to try to recreate this look. So this is not the exact same colors as hers, but this is definitely in her color palette. It has all these various shades of blue, yellow, and green, which she does occasionally wear. And she just wears florals in general. This one is thrifted, and it is from the brand Jodie Christopher. I initially got it to do a 60s inspired look, and that is just like something about like fashion in general, the fashion cycle. So there was a little period in time where they did do like 60s inspired looks in the 90s. So this is actually a 90s piece, but depending on how you style it, it can give off different vibes. Hers is more of a periwinkle, which I love periwinkle. That is like one of my favorite shades of blue. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to long sleeves. She does wear long sleeves in general, as well as like 3/4 sleeves throughout the show. I have this teal 3/4 sleeve baby doll top. The color and deep v-neck reminded me of this look, and it is thrifted. The tag is Banana Republic. Her top actually more closely resembles the silhouette of these two tops. I just got them from Hollister. This was part of like their Y2K collection that they released earlier this year. Again, this is going to be the perfect top to layer a cami underneath. Since she does wear Henleys now and then, I did also pull this one. This one is from Gap. Okay, next we're going to get into my personal favorite part, which is her more sporty athletic looks. And again, this is what really swayed me into being an Emma Gilbert style lover. The first piece I pulled is actually this terry cloth juicy couture zip-up. It is navy, and terry cloth in general is just like perfect for the summertime. So if you don't know, it's like that towel material. So Juicy had that line specifically for the summer, and then the velour more for the cooler temps. So I would definitely be on the lookout for terry cloth for that really 2000s summer feel. I did also pull it in black. One is velour. It really reminded me of this look from the swim coaching meetup scene. And one thing about Emma is that she does wear a lot of straight leg pants. So she doesn't really do any sort of like boot cut or flare, which I personally prefer. But I do like that silhouette when it comes to, again, those more athletic looks. So for that swim meetup, she is wearing these black capris. One's from Lululemon, and if you didn't know this already, if you have any pair of Lululemon bottoms or tops too, you can get them like altered. So I just had them turn these leggings into capris. I've also had them turn like tanks into more like cropped length or pants into short. So just like a little heads up, it's completely free. She wears a lot of track pants. That look where she's running on the beach lives rent free in my mind. It is my favorite look from the whole show. Okay, maybe that's like too far, but I really like that look, and it definitely inspired me to get all these track pants. The first one is this frosty blue one, and it is definitely the most similar when it comes to the shade. This is just like a pair of sweatpants, and they are from Aeropostale. They are the Cloud Soft series. I got these like last year, so they probably still have them. Now the next ones are just Juicy, and they are velour. So I believe the one from that track beach look is velour, so those past ones weren't. These ones definitely match that texture better. The other one matches the color. So this one is this really beautiful electric cobalt blue. I absolutely love these track pants, and I was able to get in new with tags, which I love. Anytime I shop secondhand, really aim to find things new with tags, so I got pretty lucky there. Next, I got these light gray ones, and these ones were also new with tags. And then the last one is these black ones, and this one I have the matching zip up to, which I showed earlier, but I am obsessed with juicy tracksuits in general, so I definitely loved her more sporty looks. She loves a straight fit, so I did pull these Levi's in a lighter wash. She tends to wear a lot of light and bright colors, and I am not a fan of like straight jeans, but that is what she wears. And that same straight legged and almost a little bit tapered leg feel obviously is seen in her iconic khaki looks. She has a lot of dress pants. That is not like my favorite thing to wear. I only have one, and it's this khaki capri ones from Ann Taylor. I got these off of Vinted, but just like anything very clean cut like this. She also has them in white, I believe, as well as these like blue ones. I thought they were denim at first, but they're actually like blue dress pants, and those ones are full length, but anything that's capri or just like a straight leg I would definitely be on the lookout for. Even though she does wear those very clean cut, more dressy looks, she also has these more lax variants of like Bermuda shorts, like these like baggier low rise bottoms, and they are very reminiscent of Ricky to me. I don't have any of those myself, but that is something to be on the lookout for. She does wear flowy skirts, so I pulled this one. It's a white tiered midi skirt, and I got this one from Ross. It's cotton and the tag is Passport, but these are super easy to come by and I feel like are such a timeless piece. Any sort of like flowy chiffon kind of like cream or white pieces would definitely be living in her closet. As I mentioned, her color palette is very bright and light, which makes sense too if you just think of like the summertime, and better to wear light colors because you feel cooler. So I did pull these two white skirts. This one was inspired by this look from the show. Hers is more of a utility cargo skirt. This is the closest I had. This one I got off of TikTok shop. It is another chill. Comes with shorts, so I just thought that this skirt was giving more like athletic and would be in her closet. This next one is from Addicted, and it is 100% cotton, so I definitely would suggest sizing up. It has these really pretty floral eyelet details. She also has some other like more frilly ruffly looks. I really like this white and blue ombre. Her dressy pant looks definitely extend into the shorts territory, but like I said, she does wear the occasional kind of like utility style bottom. So I did pull these cargos that I of course included in my Ricky video. These ones are from Urban Outfitters. They're the BDG line. Lastly, she does wear denim shorts, so I did include these ones. I got this one from Hollister, and I really like the fit of these. They're a bit looser on the thighs, so it's just giving a more like straight leg look. Speaking of denim, she also does have like jean capris as well as a denim skirt. And then the last thing I would be on the lookout for is some flowy linen beach pants. That would definitely be in her closet and is such a summer staple. Now moving on to shoes, she wears a lot of like sandals and just flip-flops. All of hers seem to be in like white, cream, and tan. I don't think she wears this on the show, but I could see her being a Birkenstock girl. So I do have these white Arizona ones as well as these ones. I forgot what this style is called, but just like the color, it's a little bit more tan, and I can definitely see her wearing something like this. All her flip-flops seem to be flat, so just like these little black ones. Maybe get them in white if you want to be a little bit more screen accurate, but just these like really basic thong style ones. And since she does run, I also pulled these New Balances. I've had them for a few years now, so I forgot the exact model they are, but just the colorway of the gray with the light blue, I just felt like this was very Emma coded. Her hair is straight, and if she's not wearing it down, she has it up and out of her face in a ponytail or also in a half up situation. And I think I covered everything when it comes to Emma Gilbert style, so that is the end of this video. I did try to mention all the brands in the video, but I'm also going to be linking them in my LTK down below, as well as her H2O locket, and I will see you guys in my next video.